On July 27, 2015, a University of Cincinnati police officer pulled over a car near campus in Cincinnati, Ohio. The driver was 43-year-old Samuel Dubose. Within minutes of the stop, Dubose had been shot once in the head at close range. In the immediate aftermath, authorities described a violent struggle. Early accounts indicated that Officer Ray Tensing had been dragged by Dubose's vehicle and had fired in fear for his life. The framing suggested that the driver's actions had created a deadly threat. Before the body camera footage was released, the implication was clear. The man who was now dead had been the aggressor. Samuel Dubose was a father of 13. On that summer afternoon, he was stopped for a missing front license plate, a minor traffic violation under Ohio law. During the stop, he informed the officer that his driver's license was suspended. According to Tensing's initial statement, Dubose started the car and attempted to drive away, dragging the officer. Tensing said he feared he would be run over and fired a single shot. In those early days, without public access to video, the narrative relied heavily on the officer's account. It portrayed Dubose as the cause of the escalation. The suggestion was that his actions justified lethal force. That narrative shifted when Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieters publicly released the body camera footage. The video showed Dubose seated in his vehicle. The car rolled forward briefly, but the footage did not show Tensing being dragged in the way he had described. Dieters called the shooting senseless and announced that Tensing would be charged with murder and voluntary manslaughter. He stated that Dubose was unarmed and did not pose a threat warranting deadly force. The transformation was stark. Within days, Dubose went from being implicitly framed as a dangerous suspect to being formally recognized as the victim of a homicide. The investigation centered on the gap between Tensing's statement and the video evidence. Prosecutors argued that the footage contradicted the officer's claim that he was being dragged. Tensing maintained that he believed he was in danger, and his defense later argued that his perception, even if mistaken, justified his actions. 2 criminal trials followed, in 2016 and 2017. Both ended in mistrials after juries were unable to reach unanimous verdicts. In 2017, prosecutors announced they would not seek a third trial. Separately, the University of Cincinnati reached a $4.85 million settlement with Dubose's family. The university also agreed to provide tuition assistance to his children and implemented policy changes, including revised training and oversight measures. The case illustrates how early law enforcement narratives can shape public perception. In the hours after the shooting, the assertion that an officer had been dragged created a framework of threat and self-defense. It took video evidence to disrupt that framework. Body camera footage provided an objective record that challenged the initial account. Prosecutor Dieters later stated that without the video, the outcome of the charging decision might have been different. There was no evidence that Dubose was armed. The traffic stop was for a nonviolent violation. Yet in the earliest framing, the emphasis was on danger and resistance. The misidentification here was not an arrest in the traditional sense. Dubose was not handcuffed and later released. Instead, the misjudgment occurred in the narrative. He was treated as the source of criminal aggression before the evidence clarified that he had not posed the threat described. The trials underscored the legal complexity of use of force cases. Jurors were asked to decide whether Tensing's stated fear met Ohio's legal standard for self-defense. The inability to reach verdicts left a criminal question unresolved in court. For Dubose's family, however, the video had already reshaped the story. The claim that he had dragged the officer did not match what was recorded in the broader context. The case became part of national conversations about police accountability and the role of body cameras. It demonstrated how quickly assumptions can solidify and how difficult they can be to reverse without clear documentation. Samuel Dubose's death began with a traffic stop. In its earliest telling, he was framed as a threat. Only after careful review of the evidence was he formally recognized as the victim. The case stands as a reminder that in the immediate aftermath of violent encounters, perception can move faster than proof. And when early conclusions align with authority, it can take decisive evidence to correct the record. By the time that correction came, the consequences were irreversible.